Okay, so I want to preface this by saying, well, first, welcome to my podcast. I guess that was very rude of me. I'm so sorry. Welcome to my podcast. If you don't know me, good, because why would you? But if you do know me, hi, how are you? I want to preface this by saying I'm not the type of person to want to get famous from something like this. Uh, I know how, don't get me wrong, there's a huge epidemic of podcasters. Like, I feel like you do. I heard this somewhere. I forgot where I fucking heard it, but I do believe that you need a license to have a mic and the ability to post a podcast episode. You need to be surveyed, you need to be certified. A lot of tests need to be done because too many motherfuckers have the ability to just get a mic, get the internet connection, and just post and then just think, I don't know. Too many motherfuckers have platforms on here that I feel like shouldn't. And I don't want anybody thinking that I want a platform. I'm doing this more for personal reasons. A lot of personal reasons have kind of just brought me to want to creatively express myself in a way and kind of just put myself out there and just do something with my life because I'm kind of bored as fuck and things have been pretty stagnant. And I've came to the realization before uh, that part of it is just kind of my decision to continue this stagnant life. Like I can choose any time to change it, but for whatever reason I don't. And also part of the reason I used to have a therapist, I don't see him anymore. Nothing bad or anything. I just kind of feel confident enough to continue without seeing him. And part of it also was like, hey, I want to push myself, but I feel like I need to not have a therapist in order for me to make these decisions for myself and to just take the risk. So that's what I'm doing with this. I'm recording this little podcast. Do I expect anything out of it? No. This is kind of episode 0.01, 0.1. I don't know. One of the two. Haven't decided yet. If I ever do make this a whole thing, I definitely need a guest or a co-host because I need somebody to bounce off. I feel like I speak way too much. Like even now, I feel like it's okay for me to just like be quiet for a few seconds, but I just feel really obligated to continue speaking. What am I even going to speak about? I have three things right now. I don't know. As long as I can talk about them for 10 minutes is kind of my thing. Well, my only objective for this right now. So I guess I should start with the first one. But what is the first one? Because I have three, but I don't know which one to talk about. I guess I'll talk video games. And I really hate. I feel like it makes me come off really fucking dorky and nerdy. And I am a dork. I'm a major fucking dork. Come into my room, you'll see all the shit that I have on my walls. You're gonna be like, oh, this dude is dorky. And I don't take offense to that. I know I'm a dork. DORK. Like, I feel like people hear me say that and they're like, oh, why are you so hard on yourself? Like, no, I'm a fucking dork. I'm a dork. I have fucking One Piece manga, One Piece figurines. Like, I know. I know. And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm a dork. Uh, but I don't want to. I feel like it makes me come off extra dorky to be like, oh, video games is the first subject. But video games are one of the first. Well, one of the things that I can say that I don't think I would be this person I am without. And I am going to admit, I was raised a Nintendo kid. I am a Nintendo fanboy through and through. I had. Let me give you the rundown of my video game console history. I had the Wii. Was that the first one that I had? I'm not sure if I had the DS or the Wii first, but I had the DS, Guitar Hero Nintendo DS Lite that came with the little Guitar Hero attachment and the game. Cool as fuck. That was my introduction to the DS and Guitar Hero. I had the Wii, then I had the DSi. I'd never had the DSi XL. I was so fucking jealous of people that did because I wanted the XL, but I never had that. But I got the 3DS, and then I got the. Did I get the 3DS? I mean, I have the 3DS XL now, but I didn't get that until like high school. I don't think I ever had one when it first came out. But then I had the Wii U. Shout out to all the people that had Wii U. Jesus fucking Christ, y'all. We need a discount somewhere because seriously, y'all don't know the type of trauma that I went through in middle school. Hearing people talk about video games, and it's like, damn, I have a fucking Wii U. Do y'all know what a Wii U is? If y'all don't, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I could go on about how Nintendo marketed that thing, but yeah, I had a Wii U. Shout out to those people. We need discount. I don't know, at least at Burger King. I feel like Burger King should give a Wii U discount. But after the Wii U, I had the Switch, and then I got a Switch Lite. I never got the OLED. My brother has the OLED. But throughout that, I had the Xbox 360. My uncle let me borrow his PS3 for a bit. I had a PS Vita that I lost in a road trip once. Really sucks. And then recently, and when I say recently, I mean like 2 months ago, I got a PS5. So that's my history with video games. But honestly, I am a Nintendo fanboy. I feel like, well, no, I'm very appreciative of the fact that I grew up with Nintendo games because I see people, I don't know. Now I feel like I realize the pressure of having a mic right in front of me and like knowing that this is going to go up and like people are going to hear my very strong opinion about this. But I see people that grew up with PlayStation and Xbox and with Call of Duty and that shit. And have they gone in the most successful of places in life? No. But have I? No. No, I have. No, I fucking haven't. Like, don't get me wrong. Don't look at me and be like, oh, this dude is the fucking example of what we all should be. No, I'm not. But I look at a lot of people that played Call of Duty growing up. Like, I'm talking like since middle school. And it's like, yeah, I don't... Like, now, I could say confidently, I don't know if I would want to... Well, no, I don't hang out with any of those motherfuckers. No, I don't. And I don't say motherfuckers in a sense that I have anything against them. I should probably just shut the fuck up. Okay. See, this is why I need a co-host. Right now, I'm just looking at my fucking brother's cat. Also, not my cat. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I live with a cat. I need to get back on topic. Video games. Okay. I'm a Nintendo fanboy through and through. I'm very appreciative of that because I feel like it taught me to be whimsical and to be fun. I look at the PlayStation games and, well, now that I have a PS5, I feel like I need to get into that. I got a PS5 for my birthday this year. Well, nobody gifted me it. I got money for my birthday and then I sold my Switch, one of my Switches, and then I got a PS5. So, I have a big catalog of games that I missed out from the PS3 and PS... Oh, shit. I had a PS2 as a kid. That was my first console. How could I fucking forget? I had a PS2 in Mexico. I remember my parents... I had Kingdom Hearts and then that one game... What was that game? It was a game where you just like... You're driving a car and then you crash into shit. And the more you crash, the more points you get. I'm not sure if that was the main objective of the game or if that was just like a little side mode, but it kept me busy for hours. What's the name of the game? It's on the tip of my tongue. It came out, it was ported to Switch and I was like, "Oh shit, that's the game that I had on PS2." But I had that and Kingdom Hearts. The PS2 was my first console. How could I fucking forget that? Okay. But there's a lot of PS3 and PS4 games that I missed out, and now that I have the PS5, my brother had a PS5 for I want to say like 2 years, definitely like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, longer than me. So he has PS Plus. So with that, he has gained a whole catalog of games with those monthly games that they give you. So I have a lot. And then on top of that, he had the PlayStation Hits collection that they first released the PS5 with. Because the PS5, I'm realizing, does not have... Well, I realized it with my brother having a PS5. There's no fucking games for this shit. And I mean that in the sense that nothing... I don't know. Because there's Spider-Man 2. There's that. There's Astro Bot, which I don't have. And I didn't expect to be getting FOMO from it. But I am. And that's interesting. But I like it because I've never gotten FOMO for a PS5 game because that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Just something about them. I don't know. They just either don't excite me or there's something that I can wait until they go on sale. But with the games on the PS3 and PS4 that I missed, a lot of them I'm playing and they're very depressing. Extremely fucking depressing. I played The Last of Us. The Last of Us 2. I watched my brother play God of War. I watched him play Bloodborne. I watched him play Elden Ring. I'm playing Jedi Fallen Order now. And I'm almost finished with the game. But I'm realizing these stories, I understand they're trying to go for a cinematic like emotional toll story, but they're so fucking depressing. They're so fucking depressing. And it's just like if I grew up with a PS4 or a PS3 and these are the games that I played, I would definitely not be the person I am now and not have the personality I have now or even the outlook on life. I feel like I would not even have the same outlook. I don't know. I just feel like with Nintendo games, I don't know. See, this is the thing. I have this mic and now I feel like I'm coming off as a major fucking dork saying this. But Nintendo games, they really taught me to be fun. They taught me to be whimsical. They taught me to be fucking creative and look for the fucking fun in life and not focus on fucking graphical fidelity. Jesus fucking Christ. I could get into the console wars. I need somebody. See, that's the thing. I would love to get into a conversation about the console wars, but I need somebody else that knows about the console wars. Because I could ramble on, but I just feel like I'm going to get sidetracked and sidetracked. But did I even give a fucking complete story with that shit? I gave you all a rundown of my video game history and then how I felt about me growing up with video games. Is that enough? I'm gonna just say that's enough. If I didn't even complete the story, I'm so sorry. But I'm looking at the timer and I feel like maybe I need to move on. What else could I? Well, there's a lot of shit I could talk about. Let me talk about living where I live. I don't want, because this is going to be posted online probably, so I don't want to be like, oh, here's my location. But I live alone. I have my own place, and on paper, it's like, oh my God, Cesar, like, why would you ever complain about? Because I have land. It's my parents' place. I have land. I live in their ranch. I take care of their sheeps. Well, our sheeps. It's our place, but I live here alone, and I feel like a lot of people's end goal is to be at a place like this, to be on a ranch with sheeps and just grass and seclusion. And while I understand and I definitely, like, this is a peaceful place and a safe place for me, like, don't get me wrong, like, when I think about going home, I do think about this place. Like, this does feel like home, but I also don't think I want to be here in this point of my life. I'm 22 years old, and I just hate the seclusion. I really fucking hate the seclusion. The nearest thing, like, let's say I want to go for Walmart. Walmart is 20 minutes for me, and that's 20 minutes to go there and then back. I don't want to fucking do that shit all the time. The closest thing to me is like 7 minutes away. It's Dollar General. Well, it's not a Dollar General. It's a fancier one called DG Market. When that shit came around, you would not believe me, and like, it was literally the talk of the town for me and my family. And, like, it was so fucking cool, and it is cool. It's a nice little place. It's not what you expect. It's not like a Dollar General. Like, think of a Dollar General. It's not that. It's more like a smaller Walmart, I guess. I don't know. Go to one. It's pretty cool. I'm not against them. They're chill. There's that, and then there's a Sonic that's 7 minutes away from me, and I think after that is the McDonald's, which is right by the Walmart, so it's 20 minutes away from me. And I just hate the seclusion. I feel like I really want to live in an apartment. I recently visited one of my friend's apartments with my best friend, and just seeing the type of community that he has at the apartment complex, and even him talking about how, oh, like, one his friends from college also live in that complex, and how there's always people just like outside in this like community area, and they have like this movie theater room, and it's like, this is so fucking cool, so fucking cool. And compare that shit to where I fucking live. And don't get me wrong, well, in the heat, I fucking hate the summer heat, so I don't want to be outside in the summer. I really don't, especially with all the bugs and all. No, I don't want to be outside in the summer. So now that the fall is coming around, I'm going to be able to enjoy the outside more. And I can enjoy the outside. But there's nobody. It's just me. Just me. And I just really want people around. And I would love to have an apartment and to have problems like, hey, the fucking neighbors on top of me, they fucking stomp every morning when they wake up and they wake me up too early. Like, I would love to have a problem like that. Or like the people next to me are having a party and it's too fucking loud and I have work the next day. But I don't have shit like that. The things that worry me here are like shit that gives me anxiety. Like, oh, I'm in this secluded area, but it's very open. So what if I'm not the only person here? And there's somebody staring at me through the windows and waiting for me to fall asleep so they can rob me or do something else. Like, that's the type of shit that I think about. And don't get me wrong. If I move into the city and go into an apartment, there's going to be problems like that too. Like, hey, stalkers, or like, hey, somebody waiting for me to leave so then they can rob me. There's problems everywhere, but at least with that, I can say I know there's people. For me here, it's like I'm in this secluded area, and the problem is I don't know if there's ever people, because there's a lot of cars that pass by. There's not, like, my neighbors aren't too far from me. They're like, I want to say like a 3-minute walk distance apart. So there's cars that pass by. So it's like anybody could look at this place and be like, hey, we think there's only, I don't want to give my location now. This is so fucking scary. But yeah, I hate living alone. I really want roommates. I really miss having my parents and my brother and my sister, because I could just go outside my room and be like, hey, brother, or like I know my little sister, or see what my mom is watching on Netflix. But now I just go outside my room and it's nothing. I mean, it's my brother's cat. Don't get me wrong. Love him. He's cuddly as hell, which not a lot of cats are. And I really love that I got a cuddly cat to be my roommate. But I want people. I want to talk to somebody. I want for somebody to be like, hey, I'm making dinner. Do you want me to serve you some? This fucking cat can do that shit. You know how much I want this cat to make me some fucking lasagna? A burger? Waffles? Something? But no. And I just really want connection. And that's also another part of why I am making this podcast. I just want connection. I live alone. I don't talk to anybody unless I leave and have to drive 15 minutes to go, 15 to 20 minutes to go talk to somebody. And don't get me wrong, for my friends, I never mind the drive. I will never be like, oh my god, I never want to drive to go to my friends' house. I love my friends. I will always make the drive. Always. But sometimes it's like, damn, yeah, 15 minutes of driving just to get to the city, and then however many minutes it is to get to the destination we're going, like that's what I have to drive, and then back. So I hate it. I really wish I was in the city where things were closer and my friends were closer and people were closer and my gym was closer, because my gym is like 25 minutes away, 25, 30 minutes away from me. So yeah, and I could move to a closer one, but the thing is, my gym is 35 minutes away from me, but 5 minutes away from my parents. So whenever I leave the gym, I just go to my parents' place and just chill there until I go home, which is nice. But yeah, I just want to be in the city. I love the ranch. It is a peaceful place, and I can say that like I find comfort in the area. But I just don't think it is my time right now to live here, and I just want more connection. I'm 22 years old. I just want to be with people, and just, I don't know. And even, I guess, just even going to, like, I went to Mexico. I guess I can just talk about Mexico as my third thing. I'm almost reaching the 20-minute mark, so I'll segue into that. But I went to Mexico in July for the first time. I was not born in America, and I can say that with fucking confidence now because I'm a resident. I got my residency in February of 2024, and me and my dad, we got our residency at the same time. He went to Mexico, like, I want to say like 2 weeks after he got it, and he went over the weekend just like for 2 days, which, yeah, go ahead. Like, you've been gone how many years? Yeah, go ahead. But for me, I could have waited, and I did wait, and I finally went in July of 2024. And just being there, the sense of community is like nothing in fucking America. Nothing. Like, it was Monday morning, and we were driving through the city, and there was the thing called, like, my dad called it the tianguis. And I was like, is it like a flea market? And he said, no, it's the tianguis. And I was like, oh, okay. So the best way to describe it to somebody American, imagine a flea market outside. That's the tianguis. And it was just happening on a Monday afternoon, and I was like, oh, like, what, like, is something special happening? Like, why is this happening? And, like, in the town plaza, like, directly in the center, throughout many streets, like, are just people selling a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of food, whatever the hell, like, a lot of stuff. And I was like, why? Like, why is this happening? And he's like, yeah, this is every Monday. And I was like, what do you mean just, like, every Monday? He's like, yeah, every Monday. Like, just people here selling food, like, just having fun. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, there were so many moments where I just asked myself, I asked him, like, why is this happening? And he's just like, oh, like, this is just like a regular thing that happens, just like either every night, every day. And it really brought me to tears. because it's just like nothing like that happens in America. So after experiencing that sense of community and then just going back to America and coming back here, because like even in my grandma's place, my grandma, she lives in a small town called, well, her house is in a small town called Carboneras, and it's only three streets. But even at night, me and my brother, we went to this little shop and they were open till pretty fucking late, and we got some mango juice, we got some snacks. The lady right next to my grandma was selling gorditas. A lady at the corner of the place was selling burgers and tacos, and I got burgers 2 times there. So fucking good. And it's just like I can't do that here. I walk out and I have to drive 20 minutes to the closest place. And I really want to move. I really want to move. So, to segue that into Mexico, so many things in Mexico. Mexico was fucking crazy. It was beautiful. So much beauty in that place. And when I came back and like hugged my mom, because I was gone for a little, I want to say a week and 2 days, maybe just a week, I don't know, but I want to say a week and 2 days. And like when I hugged my mom, I started crying. I don't think it was very quick. I wasn't like bawling my eyes out, but I like started shedding tears, because it just like kind of hit more, realizing like what she left, like this, like the type of beauty that she left. Like, because I always, whenever I pictured Mexico, like I pictured the images that I see on Google, but like now I see so much. Like I see the streets, I see the people. My eyes are fucking open. Like it's not just the pictures from Google or like whatever media that I saw from whatever my parents showed me or whatever TV show I saw. Like it's actually like my experiences that I see, which is crazy. So when I hugged my mom, it was like, damn, like seeing all that and like realizing that that's what she left, it really hit. But also my cousins there were well, they're so fucking nice. But they're not my cousins. They're my parents' school friends' children. So they're not related to me in any way. But the way that I knew them growing up, because they visited the United States. I want to say they visited 2 times, and then the eldest daughter visited herself, like by herself, for a 3rd time, which is crazy. That is very, very courageous and brave of her. I'd be fucking nervous to go to Mexico by myself. So the fact that she did that reverse here, she's very brave for that. But they're so nice. They just, the type of kindness that I felt there was really overwhelming so many times. And like even when I left, I was like, thank you for being like so kind and so open to like me and my siblings, because my sister loved it. And even my brother, he's not, I don't know, I don't want to say any, well, he's a teenager. He's very angsty, so that's the best way that I can say it. So even him, he had a great time. So it's just like, thank you so much for just like welcoming us and showing us around and buying us stuff and just like being so nice to us. Just everywhere I went, it was just like overwhelming, like just how nice they were to me. And probably because a lot of it was like family members that I haven't seen in like years. Like my tia Liliana, when I saw her, she like we went to her house and it was raining, so my dad was like, hey, go inside and check if there's any jackets that we could use. And my tia Liliana was already on it, so she was getting jackets. Okay, so I walk in, and then my aunt is already having the jackets in her arms. And immediately she sees me open the door, and I ask her, I'm like, hey, do you have any jackets that we could use? And then she just like drops the jackets and just like starts bawling and starts like hugging me. Okay, sorry, that's embarrassing. There's no reason for me to be embarrassed about this. These are like happy tears too. I'll just keep it going so I can force myself to do it. Okay, so let me distract myself by saying that she made me drink a lot. She really wanted me. Well, I was out of my bubble. I was enjoying myself, but I guess, well, I'm not the type of person to be very expressive in Mexico. Like, even at my most extroverted, I am nothing compared to their introverts. Like, their introverts are extroverts. So I tried telling her, like, hey, I am chill, like, I'm enjoying myself. But no, she really wanted me to drink and to get drunk. Okay, but now that I said that, to go back to the story, She hugged me, and at the moment, it was really weird because it made me feel like a complete asshole later because I realized that like, hey, like this lady has known me since I was a baby, like, and now there's this like 18 to 19 year gap where she hasn't seen me, and all of a sudden here I am again as an adult, and it's just I feel like such an asshole. Okay, sorry, I had to pause again. But it just made me feel like a complete asshole. Just going about my day in America and just barely ever thinking about my family in Mexico. And then just when she hugged me in that moment, it just all came in. Just really made me feel like an asshole. And in the moment, I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, this lady's touching me. And I just have my own personal things about, like, touch. And to be fair, I haven't seen her in years. So it was kind of like a shock. Like, had to take a minute, like, hey, who is this lady exactly that's hugging me? And then I realized it was my tia Liliana. But a few minutes later, it all came into realization. Okay, well, I started fucking crying in her bathroom. That's what I did. Sorry. I guess it's probably not the best idea to just, like, record when I haven't thought about these things in a while. Okay, but the dogs in Mexico. Let's talk about the fucking dogs in Mexico. The amount of dogs that I saw on the fucking roof, like, I swear my brother, he took more pictures than me. Well, I don't think I took many pictures. I took like 2. But the amount of dogs that we just saw on roofs, and like these are like roofs of homes, roofs of like I don't know. A lot of dogs on a lot of roofs, and I'm pretty sure some of them were like establishments, and even some of them were like restaurants. So I hope the owners. I mean, a lot of these places. That's another thing that I'm gonna get into. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for being such a crybaby before. I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I listen to this. I hope I edit this shit out of that. But let me talk about the beauty of Mexico, and especially how locally owned they are. Because everything, like, I don't know. There's just so many, like my aunts. Well, everybody in my fucking family in Mexico had a job. Not had a job, had a store. And I was like, what the fuck? I didn't know this. My mom's brother, my uncle, they have their own little shop right at the very front. They have their own little donuts and have their chips and their snacks and their drinks and their refrigerator. And then my cousins, the ones that were saying they were so nice to me, they are fucking bosses. They have their own fucking salon. And whenever we first got there, they took us to a cafe. But as we were going to the cafe, like, somebody messaged them and they were like, "Hey, can we get an appointment for tomorrow?" And then she was like, "Hold on." And then, like, they are fucking bosses. Like, they have their own salon, their own store, like their own store. And the thing is, it's a 30-second walk from their house. 30-second walk from their house. 30 seconds. And that's not the only business that they have. Right next to their house, well, I don't know if I should be giving their shit like that. But I'm just really impressed by it. Right next to their house, they have, I don't know if it's my oldest cousin's boyfriend, or if it's my cousin's family. But one of the two, they own the building right next to them, and they have a whole bunch of chairs and tables, and they just rent out chairs and tables for anybody that has a party and needs chairs and tables. And in Mexico, motherfuckers like to party for any fucking reason. Like, that shit is going to be used. So they're making business with that. And then a third one that I know of, they on weekends they run this seafood place. I don't know how to explain ceviche. It's this one Mexican seafood. I don't like seafood, so I am definitely not the best person to ask what is ceviche. I'm not gonna look it up. Just look it up. But every weekend, I don't know if they said Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, but every weekend they'd open that up and they sell ceviche. And then on top of that, they're studying. I don't know if it was the 3, because there's 4. I don't want to say if it's the oldest 3 or the oldest 2. Well, the oldest 2 for sure, but I don't know the third one. But the oldest 2 are studying to be teachers, and I'm like, that's fucking crazy. Like, y'all are doing all this, and then on top of that, studying to be elementary school teachers. That's crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Like, crazy, crazy. What else was there? Oh, the amount of stores, like there's so many stores for so many different things. There was a goth specific store. There was a store specifically for kids school supplies. And the thing that I love about those stores, they were all ran by elderly ladies. Like this is 100% a job that an elderly person can do and manage. And something that I love because on top of having a job that they can do, it's a job with the youth. They are helping little kids get supplies for their school, for entering school. Like it brought me so much joy seeing that and to not know that they are working like fast food and being over worked the fuck out like they are here in America, and seeing that they have this cool little job where they're selling backpacks and little well, I don't know. There was one separate store for notebooks and then another store that said for kids school supplies. I didn't see any notebooks when I passed by, so I don't know if you have to specifically go there to the notebook store to get the notebooks, or like I don't know. I don't know. Could also be like some gang territory shit where like, hey, you're fucking selling notebooks when I have my fucking notebook store right there. Fuck you, dude. I don't know. Maybe they could have some shit like that going on, but I would imagine maybe she had some notebooks. I know she had pencils for sure, pencils and erasers because my little sister wanted some, but I didn't see notebooks. But there was a notebook store there. There was a florist, a whole bunch of florists, a whole bunch of carnicerias. I don't know, meat, butcheries. I don't know how to say it in English. I know I just say carniceria. That's always how I meat shops. A butcher. Is that what you say? I don't know. I've always just said carniceria, like for real. Whenever I had to explain that, hey, we're gonna go buy meat, I always say carniceria. So I don't know. I've never said it in English. But there's a whole bunch of butcher storefronts. Yes, sure. Um, Even some like there was like, oh, another thing too. A lot of the jobs there that were food restaurants had their own delivery service. And one thing that I loved, it was like little like I don't want to say little elderly dudes, but it was elderly dudes just like riding their bikes, just delivering food. And it's like this is so nice, like just like seeing, like I don't want to. I mean, riding a bike is physically, you know, straining on the body, but I don't want to say it's too physically straining. I don't know. I saw these elderly people riding their bikes, taking the deliveries. They seemed like they enjoyed their job. They didn't seem like they were in any. They seemed chill. So I was like, oh my god, I'm happy. Like this is like not on top of everything having their own little delivery service. Like it's these elderly people. There were some young people, don't get me wrong. There were a lot of young people, and that's what I expected. So that's why I was like surprised to see elderly people that also did the deliveries. But I was like, oh, this is so nice because it's just a nice little job. What type of other stores were there? Oh my god, so many. So many stores. Um, I did get some eyes. Let me talk. Well, I don't know because I didn't really have any negatives. A lot of people did look at me, and I expected that, but I don't know. I never got bothered. Like I really never got bothered. I did notice a lot of motherfuckers looking at me, and I'm pretty sure it was because me and my brother were speaking English. Like I don't want like we really weren't ashamed to speak English. Like I don't know. I feel like me and his voice are quiet and soft enough to where people can't even hear us when we speak. So whenever we spoke, I don't want to say that we were scared to speak English, but I did notice people look at us, and it could be because of that. I don't know. Maybe we weren't quiet enough. But yeah, I don't want to say I got any other negatives. Well, I guess so. On the way there, there was a lot of memorials, and after a while, I noticed that the memorials with cartoonish looking drawings are probably for kids. But the thing is, these were on roads that were like, I want to say 30 minutes away from the nearest town. So it's very scary to think about like, hey, like why is this kid's like little memorial? Why is it so out here? And there were so many, so many. And I guess I could do my research, but part of me is also scared to look into that and find out the truth. But it was something that I did take note of. I did take note of the classism very, very early on. We stopped at this one OXXO, and something well, it's in New Jersey. I guess they do it in New Jersey, but in Mexico they always pump your gas for you, and there was a shit ton of people there. Like it was its own little like I want to say its own little carnival there of just people walking around. And it wasn't just a gas station. It was like a whole bunch of people like locally like selling their own food. We got tacos there, and I will be honest because I can say with full confidence those tacos were fucking ass. They were fucking ass. The meat was not good. The tortillas, they fucking fell down before I could even lift them up. And that was for me and my brother. My sister was sick from those tacos. So if y'all see the tacos at the Ox show when you first enter Zacatecas, I'm so sorry, but I do not recommend them. Get something else. There was some fruit that people were selling. I really wanted fruit, but my dad was like, no, get the tacos. And then he even agreed. Yeah, they weren't good. But whenever we got the gas pumped, I was doing a lot of people watching, and I could tell the car on the right side, on the side opposite to us, I could look at them, and they had pearls, they had suits, they had a nice dress, and the way that they were talking to the dude who was pumping the gas for them, I could just very tell. I told my little brother, I was like, oh, there's a classism problem here, and I knew there was a classism problem, but just something about seeing that, and like, I have respect for these people that pump gas because it's not just them pumping gas. They have their own little stand, and it's like, hey, do you need your oil changed? Do you need not oil change, but do you need an oil refill? And they have a whole bunch of oil and their own little stand. Like they're trained to do more than just pump gas. They're car service workers. I guess I just sort of said that from the beginning. They're car service workers because they had a whole bunch of stuff there too. But I could definitely see that these people saw them as less than because of the job that they had, and partly because of the clothes that they were wearing, and partly because of the way that they were speaking. And I don't know, they just had a very Rosa de Guadalupe tone where they were just like, I feel like y'all are from Mexico City or some shit like that. But this is just also me over analyzing. Like, I did not talk to these people, I did not have any interaction. This is literally just me looking around. Like, I want to say this was like a 25-second interaction, and then we went to go eat the tacos that I said I did not like. So yeah. But I know there is a classism problem, but that's the only type of thing that I noticed. Also, we went to, so, my grandparents, they live in Carboneras, 3 little streets. Pabellon, it's a, I don't want to say it's not as big as Oklahoma City. It's a town, but it's very compact, so there's a lot of people and a lot of things to do. Aguascalientes, though, because like there's the state of Aguascalientes, but then the city of Aguascalientes inside the state. That city was so fucking overwhelmingly huge. So overwhelmingly huge. We were driving with my dad's friend, Toño, the one who, well, I'm going to say the one who I said was like his school friend. I'm going to just call him my uncle because that's how he feels to me. My uncle Toño, he was driving and he took us through Aguascalientes and he was like, oh, do y'all want to go to the mall? And I was like, yeah, where is it? And then he was like, yeah, it's right here. And I peeked my head and we were driving and we went on for like a good 45 seconds. The mall did not stop. It was still going on. Still going on. No, I feel fucking over. My megalophobia is fucking kicking in. Looking at this mall, I'm not going inside it. No, I'm gonna be fucking overwhelmed. And yeah, looking at the city, like we got a good. The way that Mexico, the Aguascalientes, I don't know, it's like on a slope, so you could see a lot of like the neighborhoods. You could see a lot through the road that we were taking because it was like on a slope, and you could just see a lot through that perspective. It's fucking huge. Huge, 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 huge. And we were only seeing neighborhoods. We weren't seeing like the city, the downtown. These are just the neighborhoods. And this is fucking huge. Huge. Like the drive from me to my parents' house, which is filled with a lot of nothing. Imagine that filled with a whole bunch of like, I don't want to say they were all built the same, but they all looked the same. They were, imagine just a whole bunch of houses, a whole bunch of white houses. And maybe that was part of the problem that was scaring me, that it was all like all the same and it was just like all white, and it's like, what the fuck? Just so much. But yeah, crazy. Overwhelming. Oh, but also the White Houses. No wonder. The White Houses were the really, 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 really nice built ones. And I was asking my uncle, I was like, oh, how much would it cost to live here? And he was like, ooh, too much for me. And then he started going on. He was like, yeah, these are the rich people houses. Like, they're barely, he said they got built recently. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we went to some other neighborhoods. And I was like, yeah, like, I see the classism. And especially in the bigger city, like, a lot more noticeable. A lot more noticeable. But in Pabellon, I'll stick with Pabellon. Oh, that's my place. I got my tacos there. I know my place is there. I'm good with there. Aguascalientes, we were there for like I want to say a total of 3 hours. I'm chill with that. I really have no intention of going back. I haven't even explored all of Pabellon, and I feel overwhelmed with Pabellon. I'm chill. Uh, sorry, I needed a burp. What time is it? It's not even 11 p.m. Hmm. How have you guys been? Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Sundays are kind of my worst days. So I'm recording this on a Sunday, and now that I don't have a therapist, I just feel like I need to take more of a step towards the actions to make myself not feel like shit. And part of that is filling up my time, and also part of it is just like having and creative having a creative way to express myself, because I feel like that's something that I've been missing for a while. I used to draw a lot as a kid, a shit ton as a kid, but part of that was just boredom from school. And don't get me wrong, I love studying. I mean, I love studying too. I love drawing, but life and capitalism. I want to blame capitalism. Fuck capitalism. I hate capitalism. But life definitely brings artists to not be creative, and now that I don't have a therapist, I just don't. I just feel more of a push to. I want to make more of a push to just not make myself feel like I'm losing that creative part of me, or just not. I don't want my brain to stop with the creative thoughts. And for a while, I feel like the creative thoughts did stop, and that's scary, and I don't want it. So I'm taking that step, and I'm doing this. Whether this, I just want to do this for myself, not even for like fame or any shit like that. I just want to do this for myself and to see if I can do something entertaining and create something entertaining. And yeah, so it's Sunday, and Sundays are usually my worst day because I go home. Well, I go to my parents. I go to the gym every Sunday, but then after that, it's kind of like, oh, what the fuck do I do? And I come home and I watch my shows. Right now, well, I'll get into my media later. But yeah, I come home, I watch my shows, and that's kind of it. But I don't know. And I guess because I have work Saturday and Monday, so I have Sunday, and I kind of feel pressured to like do something. And the fact is, I never do on Sundays. So these are kind of like my worst days mentally. But like I kind of come home and it's kind of like, oh fuck, I feel like shit. So I decided to record this. It's only 11 p.m. I thought I would last longer. But okay. I don't want to say I want to get into my media. I do watch Emergency Intercom a lot, so I don't want to steal their terminology. But let me get into what I've been watching, listening, playing. Actually, I don't really watch a lot of reality television. The only reason that I ever do is kind of just to keep up with my best friend, because she loves reality television, and I don't watch a lot of it, but I want to have conversations with her. So I'll watch some that she enjoys. But Jersey Shore is really the only one that I fuck with. I love the Jersey Shore cast. I feel like I mispronounce Jersey Shore every time I say it too fast. But I love them. And the new show, Family Vacation, because they took a break after season 6 of the original show. And then they came back as adults. And at first, it was a lot of like, adult problems, like baby problems. And I was a little, I went through it. I stuck through. And now they're kind of back to the crazy, oh, we love drinking. Hey, 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 hey. I love them. I love them. I love JWoww. I love, I want to say I love Polly, but I feel like Polly puts up a front, so I don't know who he really is. But I love JWoww, love Snooki, love Dina, love Sammy. Sammy is so beautiful. I love Sammy. Hey, Sammy. Hey. Hey. Also, Vinny is such a fucking chooch. I can't stand Vinny. The amount of times that I look at that man and I want to say the F slur, like, sometimes, sometimes you just don't need to talk, Vinny. Sometimes you just don't need to say a little joke. Sometimes you don't need to butt in. But also, this is just a character that he puts on. Well, I don't know. I watch his TikToks and I saw his stand up. Well, I saw a clip of his stand up. So it's like, you are a chooch. And I look at him and it's like, I want to say some other words, but I'm not going to. But I can. I like men, so I can. But I'm not going to. But I've been watching Jersey Shore. I think they had a mid break for season 7. I thought it was season 8, so I kept on looking up season 8. Could not fucking find it. Turns out it was just a continuation of season 7. I was like, okay. But I'm watching that. Pretty chill. I love them. And I don't know. I love how real they are. Because right now, Sammy is talking about her journey of doing IVF. I think that's what it's called. IVF. Because she's wanting to get pregnant with her. She wants to settle down with her man. Which is really nice. Because a lot of the pregnancies in Jersey Shore, they're surprises. Well, a lot of the first ones. Now they're like, they made the decision to get pregnant. But it's really nice to see the vulnerability and I don't know, it's a nice perspective because I'm not a lady. This is not something that I go through, and especially with me liking men, I don't think I will go through the experience of having to see somebody personally go through like the process of doing IVF to get pregnant, because she's trying to get pregnant but she can't have, I don't want to say the wrong things. But she's trying to get pregnant, so she's doing IVF so she can do a egg transfer. So she's doing that, and it's a really nice perspective. I love how real they are, and even with the like the events they have. I've watched Kim Kardashian. Sometimes, the amount of times I've seen her ride her private jet, I need to stop the show. But with Jersey Shore, I love how small they are. I love how it'll be like, hey, we're gonna celebrate this baby shower. Hey, we're gonna celebrate this like gender reveal. Like, hey, we're gonna celebrate baby Romeo's fucking baptism. Hell yeah. I love them. I don't know, they're just so, they feel like home to me. But that's what I've been watching. And then I've been watching The Penguin. Well, the first episode. I want to say, if you like the Batman, watch The Penguin. If you didn't like the Batman, I don't think you'll watch The Penguin, because it's kind of that, I don't want to say it's slow, but it's kind of that vibe, that atmosphere. So if you don't like the Batman, I don't think you'll like this. But I like the Batman, and I like the Penguin. I think it's a good show. I've only seen the first episode. I'm gonna watch the second episode either later or tomorrow. But yeah, I'm watching that. What else am I watching? Oh, Agatha All Along. I like the third episode. I mean, no. I mean, I don't want to come off as like, oh, this show is bad or this show is shit. It's not. It's not bad. I love the show. The Down the Witch's Road, that song, the ballad, amazing. The Patti LuPone. Have y'all fucking heard the song? I can't do her justice. But she's like down, 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 and it's all you can very obviously hear Patti. It's Patti. Like, everybody else is screaming their heart out, but it does not matter because you can still hear Patti LuPone. Also, she's Yellow Diamond in Steven Universe. That's fucking crazy. But yeah, that song was good. I like I mean, I don't like how motherfuckers can't ever accept that things are not made for them. I, from the get-go, have understood that this is this is targeted towards women and queers. Like, this is not a show for straight men. But if a straight man enjoys it, well then okay, because it's a cool show. It's a good show. It's not bad. So I fucking hate, I don't want to say that it's not my type of thing, but I just want to wait for more before I say something. Same thing as Penguin. I can't really say that I like it. It did feel very slow, that same atmosphere. I don't know. Now I feel like I'm contradicting myself. This is fucking weird. I wish I could go back and reverse and some shit. But to clarify, Penguin is on episode 1, so I can't really say That's why I'm like, I don't really want to speak too much on it. If you like the Batman, watch it. Agatha all along. If you are a lady or if you are LGBTQIA plus, I feel like you would enjoy the show. So watch it. But even if you did not like the Batman, or if you are not a lady or LGBTQIA plus, try either show. Expand your horizons. Watch Eternals. It wasn't that bad. I liked it. Is that all I'm watching? Weekly, yeah, but I feel like yeah, that's all I'm watching. Just YouTube and stuff like that. Let me get into music. Sorry, I got the sniffles. So, I will listen to a lot of Chapel Roan. I love Chapel Roan. And I listen to Midwestern Princess. Is that the name? Is that the name? Hold on. The Rise and Fall of a Midwestern Princess. I listened to that in full. I want to say I listened to it twice. There are a few songs that are like, obviously, Femininomenon, amazing song. That's a great fucking starter. I love Femininomenon. Casual, Hot to Go, amazing. Pink Pony Club, amazing. Amazing. But Good Luck Babe, this shit has me on a fucking chokehold. When I first listened to this, I could feel that we were progressing with the times. I could feel that this 2010s music is long gone and here's the new era of the 2020s. I could hear the fucking iPads being fucking swiped on the digital textbooks talking about the influence of Chapel Roan on music and the kids not giving a fuck. But I give a fuck because I'm experiencing it now. This song, Good Luck Babe, and Chapel Roan in general. Also, fuck anybody that says anything about her wanting to take a break from the fame and from all of this. Like I said in the very beginning of this, I understand the dangers, and I don't want to say I fully understand, but I am aware of the dangers of being in the public eye. And I, even just recording this, I already feel overwhelmed. So, being in it and being at the level of fame so quickly that she has gained, I understand her wanting to take a break. And so, fuck anybody saying anything bad for her wanting to take a break. Fuck you. Fuck you. But yeah, her music is super good. Good Luck Babe, I feel like is really a step in the right direction. I felt it with Sabrina Carpenter, but then I was like, eh. And then I felt it. I definitely felt it with Brat. But then Chapel Roan and Good Luck Babe came on, and then I saw that VMA performance. And I'm like, wow, I really feel the fact that history is being made. Music history. I don't give a fuck if you think that is history, but music, any type of history is history to me. So the fact that history is being made, and I can feel it. I can feel it with Chapel Roan. What else have I been listening to? Oh, oh shit, let me get into this. Another show that I really got onto was Los Spookies. It's this HBO original show, but it's 90% in Spanish, which I did not expect it at all to be 90% in Spanish. And it's about these three group. They're not cousins. No, they're not cousins. They're just three friends, a group of friends. I don't want to say they live in Mexico. I don't know. It's very ambiguous on where they live because sometimes they're in Mexico, but then they're given like American money, and then sometimes they're just like straight up like, let's go to America, and they go to America, but then it's like, oh, in this episode it's a problem to go to America. I don't know, but it's 90% in Spanish. It's Mexican culture, and it's about this group of friends of three. They're all emo. Two of them are queer. One of them is asexual, but I am very into him, so I am. There's no third season. They got canceled. But if there ever is a third season, I hope to God he is confirmed as gay because I want him so bad. I want him so bad. But yeah, it's about these group of friends, and they love horror, and they are emo, and two of them are queer. One is asexual, and they just want to do horror stuff, so they do a lot of effects. So they'll get hired, like, hey, this one lady hired them to create a monster that people can see so it can become a tourist attraction to attract tourists to their town to get money and the economy up. So they did that. One of them was like, hey, this lady is giving her husband's, what is it? her husband's estate away and she wants to do a horror competition, and whoever's the last, as long as it's not the son of the husband, gets the money. She's chill. So they do that. It's a whole bunch of weird shit, but they always involve them building horror effects. Really cool. Loved it. Only 2 seasons. Really short. And it's like really surrealist too. Like one of the characters, he can like talk to the moon. And like the moon is this very beautiful fucking lady. She is so pretty. So pretty. She's so pretty. So pretty. And it's like, it's so funny that like he's talking to the embodiment of the moon, asking her if she can like cause an eclipse, and then she's like, my schedule is not looking. It's very surrealist in that way. Really good. But to go back to my music, I've been really into like Mexican emo rock. So one of the bands that I've been listening to was Sistema de Entretenimiento. Did I even fucking pronounce that right? Sistema de Entretenimiento. I did not pronounce it right the first time. Oh my fucking god. Sistema de Entretenimiento. I'll shut the fuck up. But they have a song called Uzumaki, and then they have another one called Cuaderno de Máscaras. Cuaderno de Máscaras. I should probably just take my time to read these. But yeah, that band, really good. They have the theme song for the show. It's Ellos Quieren Sangre by Varsovia. Really fucking good. Really fucking good. But yeah, that's what I've been watching. I haven't really been watching any movies. I feel like I probably should. I was going to watch Transformers 1, and I know that sounds fucking crazy, but I heard it's really fucking good. Like, really, really, really good. And it's just Paramount fucking up the marketing again, like they did for the Dungeons and Dragons movie, because that movie was really good, and they fucked up the marketing for that. Yeah, they did. So a lot of people were saying that it's a really good movie. But then The Wild Robot came out, and people are saying that movie is so beautiful, it made them cry. And I was like, I need an animated movie. I need something this year to just let out those emotions. Just let me see something. Let me have an epiphany about a little robot learning how to take care of animals, and let me cry. Let me cry. Let me let it all out. Let me come to terms with my problems of becoming a parent. That's what I want in this movie, The Wild Robot. That's what I've been hearing, and that's what I expect. So I think I'm gonna watch The Wild Robot, and maybe I'll watch it just to have something to talk about in the possible maybe next episode. I don't even know. I'm gonna listen to this back. Who knows? I didn't even think I could talk for an hour. That's crazy. Maybe I don't need a guest. Actually, yes I do. Just don't. I feel like y'all just laughed. I do need a guest. But yeah, that's my prototype episode. Episode 0.01. We talked about video games, and then me living alone, and then Mexico, and then me being a crybaby, which I'll see how I edit that, if I edit this. But okay, I don't know how to end this. I hope everybody has a good night, good day, wherever you're listening. I usually listen to podcasts in my car when I'm driving or when I'm at the gym. If you're at the fucking gym right now, fucking go.